I've been a florist for 11 years, so today I'm going to share with you all the tips and tricks that I know to make these regular grocery store flowers turn into a beautiful bouquet that you would spend hundreds of dollars on at a flower shop. Start by grabbing a pair of clippers. These are going to give your flowers a more clean cut. Take all of your flowers out of the plastic and remove any rubber bands. This is just going to make the grab and go process a lot easier. And make sure to set aside that flower food for later. I'm going to start by just removing all of the leaves from all my stems, and to just take off all of those thorns as well. You can simply just pop them off with your thumb, or you could just cut them with your clippers, whatever is easiest for you. Now, because these are grocery store flowers, you might notice that they are a little beat up. So with that, you're just going to want to remove all of the guard petals that are around the rose. So removing any black or bruised petals is just going to make the flower look prettier. Now when it comes time to designing, you want to start with one rose in the center and then placing two pieces of greenery on either side. The goal is to alternate greenery to flower. So when you add a flower, add a piece of greenery, rotate, add a flower, add a piece of greenery, and rotate. You want your arrangement to be even on all sides. So making sure that you are rotating and adding the roses in between the greenery is really going to help make sure that it's nice and round. Adding the greenery in between the roses just helps make the arrangement feel a little bit more fuller, and it gives more of like a flower shop feel to it. Now I'm adding one more final layer of greenery around the perimeter of my arrangement. I really don't like seeing any exposed stems when I'm doing my rose arrangement, so I'm just covering up those exposed stems with greenery. Take your clippers again and just trim those bottom stems so they're all even. Now taking a rubber band, you're going to find a hardy stem, put it around one stem, and then loop it around all of the stems. This is just going to help everything stay in place. I do recommend doing a couple loops around just so that way it stays if you have multiple rubber bands. So now it's time to wrap the arrangement. So I'm going to be using the Trader Joe's bag. We're going to start by removing all of the handles from both sides of the bag. We're now going to be removing the bottom of the bag. So just finding a good seam and cutting up the seam. So once you remove the bottom of the bag, you just want to lay out your paper. Cut the bag paper in half so you're now working with two separate square pieces. Taking one of the halves, you're going to fold it diagonal so you have that nice triangle facing up top. And if there's any imperfections in the bag, just make sure to cut off those pieces. Cut a 1-inch slit at the bottom of the bag and fold those two pieces up to create a collar. Place your bouquet at the base of the collar, right where the rubber band meets. You're then going to fold the paper around the bouquet and you're going to secure that with a piece of tape. You're going to take that next piece of paper and wrap it around the bouquet just like you did the first piece. Make sure to secure this piece of paper with another piece of tape. For the finishing touch, I like to add a bow to the bottom of the bouquet. Place the bow directly on top of the rubber bands to hide the mechanics. Make sure you come back for part 2 where I will show you how to make these roses into a beautiful dozen rose vase. Learn how to make roses with me step by step. It's super easy. You're not going to want to miss this one. Start with a clean vase full of fresh water and make sure to add